Hello, friends, and welcome back to My Hobby Home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are hopefully finishing the last rows for the morning flower patch. I did a test row C. This is my row C. I did a test row C to see maybe how I could do this quickly for us, or what is the quickest way? Well, the quickest way is I know each row C calls for 5 of our 9 patches and 4 of our plus blocks. So what I have done, we're doing 4 rows. So since I've done 1 row, we're only doing 3. So I have pulled 3 9 patches. And I'm going to put them to the side because that's going to be our last block that we put on the square. So now what I'm going to do is take a 9 patch and a plus sign, and I'm going to sew them all together. So friends, this is going to be a Sunday sew along that we are doing today. I don't normally release videos on Sunday. It is Saturday. I did have, my husband and I went and had dinner or lunch with my daughter and her fiance and some of their friends for Memorial Day. And friends, we got rained on bad. There was a storm that rolled through while we were there. My goodness, y'all, I can't see out of my glasses no more. Since I've been doing this no sugar, my vision has changed so dramatically that I can barely see anything now. It feels like my glasses have something over them, but I know it's because my eyesight is changing because of the sugar. But anyway, we were eating. We did a crawfish, or they did a crawfish boil. And we carried a few things. Of course, I carried my grandbaby, his raspberries. He loves raspberries and bananas. So I carried him some raspberries and bananas. And we ate crawfish, and they were delicious. Now, my daughter's fiance, his friend, Anthony, I've known this little boy since he was in school. I've known my daughter's fiance, too, since they started school, you know. I mean, he's a little bit older than her, but I went to school with his dad. Now, I did move away, so I didn't know what was happening with them. I never knew his mother, but I've known these kids, I know, since they were at least in the 4th grade, because my daughter was in 4th grade when her and her fiance started dating. But I think they were like in 5th grade. He was a little bit older than her. Anyway, he cooked some hamburgers and hot dogs because his fiance does not eat crawfish. She's allergic to shellfish. I think it's the iodine in them. She's allergic to them anyway. So so sweet. His fiance is so sweet. She is such a nice person. They cooked, and when we got there, it was a little after noon today. But I'm just going to call him my son-in-law. My son-in-law's dad was there, and so we all had a visit and ate crawfish. Lord, I ate so many crawfish. I didn't think I was going to go because I had a blood sugar spike in the night. It jumped to 300, over 300. And I know what it did. I was having a week day yesterday. I was just craving something sweet. And so I messed up and ate something I shouldn't have. And I had a blood sugar spike. Well, this morning when I woke up, I just felt awful. And now I know why I feel so bad some mornings when I wake up, and it's because of something I ate the day before has caused my blood sugar to spike. But anyway, we had a good day today. And literally, that is all I've eaten all day. I came home and took a nap. But being that I had the blood sugar spike, I'm still fighting the sugar today. It's not gone down. I had gotten it down to about 150, I think. You know, not eating any sugar, but now I just got to get back on track, friends. Got to get back on track. That sugar is something serious. It's crazy at how one little thing you eat can affect it. But now I have some sugar-free chocolate, and there's something I was looking at that I've seen, and it's supposed to be good for you. But I look, the medjool dates, where people are putting like almond butter in it, and then melting like dark chocolate over the top of it. Y'all, them things, just one has got a lot of sugar in it. I know it's so to me, I can't have fruit at all, because the sugar content in fruit, even though it's a natural sugar, cannot have it. Sugar, for me, sugar is sugar. It doesn't matter if it's natural or not. I did drink an orange juice several weeks ago because I was needing something to drink in the morning, and I was just like, I don't want another. If I drink another thing of water, I am going to just turn into a water puddle myself. But so I drank an orange juice. Highly do not recommend that if you are a diabetic. Because, and y'all, I'm not a new diabetic. I mean, I became a diabetic in 2021 after, you know, the big fungulitis. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It damaged my system, a lot of things. That's why I was so happy the other day when I got my blood work in, and it said my kidney functions were great, because when I had that, it affected my kidneys really bad. And so I was just really happy to get a normal kidney blood work. But now I'm still dealing, and y'all gonna see me rubbing my nose like this. My nose feels all stuffy and trying to get it. So let me get back to the eating dinner, lunch story with the crawfish. It started raining, and we were outside at the picnic table, you know, where you sit to eat crawfish. And the guys got the picnic table, moved it up under the carport. So, but we had all gotten a little wet. Well, then, you know, that's when it started the sprinkle. They did that, thank goodness. And then when the downpour came, the wind started blowing. Oh my goodness. Anthony's little fiance, Sarah, she gets cold real easy. Poor thing had to put on like a big hoodie, and poor thing. But she was getting cold, and I just felt so bad that she was getting cold. But the wind was blowing the rain under the carport. But you know, we had a good time. We all sit there. Now, of course, my grandson, he would come up to me and he'd tap me, and I'd be like, "What, buddy? What you want?" And he'd point in the crawfish, because my son-in-law, he would make me. He always does this when I come to eat. He'll make me a batch of crawfish because I can't eat them spicy. And that's also a fungulitis thing, y'all. I can't eat spicy foods at all now. I used to love them, but I can't eat them now. And he would be like, Gigi. So I would give him one, and boy, he would eat them as fast as I could peel them. But I guess it's a good thing I can peel them pretty fast, because he was eating them as fast as I could peel them. And then I showed him, I said, look what Gigi brought you. Gigi brought you some bananas. Oh, his eyeballs got big. He loves bananas. And I got him some raspberries. Now, I did eat some raspberries, and they didn't throw my blood sugar, above my alarm. Thank goodness. Because that's the only sweet kind of flavored thing I've had today, which I was very hungry. And friends, I don't even know what time it is. I ain't got a clue. I came home. My head was wet. I dried my head a little bit. That's why it looks so bad right now, because I just towel patted it. And got myself dried good, and my husband let my little mister out, and he's still out. It's dark outside now, friends. It is dark outside. I sat down and took a nap, because last night we had storms rolling through, and I didn't sleep real well. And it's not that I'm not afraid of the storm at all. I mean, I actually kind of like it when we have little storms like that in the summer, but it would be lightning, and then it'd be such a loud boom that would wake me up. And I'd be like, oh my goodness. And my kitty cats did not do real well with it. But friends, we're on our last 9-patch here, so this may be pretty quick. Here we are coming to the end of May. And this is our April. This is our April Saturday sew-along. I had to think, was this our April? Yeah, this is our April Saturday sew-along, and they're taking about 2 months with the amount of time I dedicate to them. And being that this is a longer weekend, I was like, well, I'm just going to kick out another video on this, and so we can get this done. I feel like I've been MIA because I haven't been able to make all the lives that everybody is doing. But sometimes that's just how it is. You're not able to make all the lives. I would love to. And friends, I'm really loving these lights. If you've not noticed, we've not had any flicker yet. But if you see like they're glaring in my glasses, if there's a glare, just let me know, because I can't see a glare in my glasses. But if there is, I can reposition them. I can change them around. Okay, so here we are. We've got these all done. So now what we're going to do is take 2 of these. We're going to start with the 9-patch. That is our first block of the row, is the 9-patch. So we have to make sure to keep that 9-patch over here, because we don't want to end up with a plus sign at the end of the row or the beginning of the row. And if if we did, the other end would have a 9 patch, and I could just put the one that I put out to the side. We could just put that at the beginning. So, I mean, it wouldn't be a real big deal, but we don't want that to happen. I don't want to start by confusing myself on it. Get that needle. What I do, friends, is I get that needle in there real good, and then I line everything up. Oops. But that, of course, is wanting to pull my fabric down. Sometimes that happens where it likes to pull my fabric down. I've had people tell me do leaders and enders, and that I can't do that. That's something else I have to try to remember. I've seen people that can do it and make whole other second quilts doing that, but I just can't. I can't do that. When I'm working on this quilt, I have to work on this quilt alone. Shannon over at Moody Girl Creates, she told me, she says she has to do one quilt at a time. I understand that, Shannon. I used to have to do one quilt at a time, but let me tell you what happened. I am so easy to squirrel that I have to have more than one thing going on, because if I don't, by the time I finish making a quilt, I absolutely cannot stand it, because I have to have variety here in my sewing area. Because if I sit and look at the same thing over and over and over, no. I can't do that. That's why you see all of these boxes right here. These are actually project boxes up here. I keep them ready to go, y'all. I'm still in the process of clearing out a shelf on the utility shelf that's behind you guys, so I can move my project bins. These project bins here and then down here, these are going to, I have a thing back here behind this curtain. It's like a little shelf close to the floor that I will be putting project boxes in, but I did get a little bench that hopefully my kitty cats would love in here. Maybe it'll keep them out of my way, out from under my feet, so I'm not rolling over on them. My sister is getting rid of it because she, my aunt moved in with my sister, so she's getting rid of things of her house, because the room my aunt's in used to be my sister's. She called it her craft sewing room. She would just go sit in there and watch TV. She had her TV in there, and because she didn't always like to watch what her husband watched, so she had her own TV in her room. She called that her room. He has his room, she has her room, and then there's their room. He has one of the rooms, and they have a 4-room double wide mobile home, and one room is hers, was her craft room. One room was a playroom for the grandkids and all the kids, and one room is her husband's workroom, study. It's a guest bedroom, but he can go in there and work when he's at home. He's got everything set up to work from home if he needs to. Y'all, my bin is catching my fabric pieces here, so I'll just move it out of the way. Whoops, I just about started that one the wrong way, friends. But now my aunt is in what was my sister's room. And my sister's taken over the playroom. She said they put some wall units in there, like a shelf unit, so all of her stuff could be inside the shelves. So she was getting rid of a lot of the furniture. She had this little bench in her room. It's so cute. And she's like, if you don't want it, I'm going to carry it up to Transformations. And that's Transformations is it's almost like Goodwill. But the money goes to a local charity thing that helps, I think, women. I'm not real sure exactly about that one. It helps people. I'm not exactly sure what that one does because I've never dealt with that one. I'm really not familiar with it. She knows about it because she works over in that town, and I don't work in that town, so I don't know about it. The one that I'm familiar with, and they sell furniture and things like that too. The one I'm familiar with is in the town that I work in, and it's called Care and Share. And I know what they do. They help a women's shelter, and they help elderly. They provide assistance with like power bills and things like that. And then they have like a small food pantry, which I am going to be checking in to the food bank in our area to see what they may need, because I am about to go through my pantry 100% and get rid of canned foods and stuff that I cannot have, just to make it easier for me. And, just donate all the canned food to them. Okay, so now we have a 4-block. So what we're going to do now is take each 4-block and put it together. That'll make us have 4 of our 9 patches and 4 of our plus signs. And always make sure that 9 patches to your left. And I've got my spare pieces there. But that is in the works, in the plans, all the things that I need to do. And friends, I know I'd much rather be sewing than going through stuff, but it's a necessary evil. I've been going through my closet. I've got a big pile of clothes that need to go to Care and Share. That, not that I can't wear some of these clothes, but just that I won't wear some of these clothes. They've been in my closet for over a year, and the hanger was still turned backwards. Friends, that's what I do at the end of the year. I will go through my closet, and anything that the hanger is hung backwards, which it's not, like how you hang your clothes on a rack and the hook goes over, I turn mine around and make them go backwards. And once I use those clothes, I hang them up with the hanger going the right direction. Well, at the end of the year, if that hanger is still backwards, those clothes are going. Because that means I haven't worn those clothes in a year. Now, some things I won't get rid of, just because it may be a seasonal something, like winter clothes, and we might not have had a very hard winter, so I won't get rid of those. But I can guarantee you, we're always going to have a hot summer. And a lot of times I'll have pants and stuff that I have that just don't fit right, and I won't wear them. And that kind of helps me, because But I've kind of gotten to where when I put something on, if I don't like the fit of it, I automatically pull it out, and I have a basket that's just for donations. And I'll throw them in that basket. And when that basket gets full, I put all that into a bag and I carry it to donate it. But also, I am in the process of trying to go to like all natural fibers. And it's taking its time, you know. It takes a while to get all of that down. But, you know, like when I get clothes, I try to make sure it's 100% cotton, not a poly blend or anything like that. And those clothes are so expensive to find now. Like, of course, this right here, it's some kind of blend. I don't know what it is. But you'll notice if you start wearing 100% fiber clothes that you feel better. Because like 100% cotton breathes better. So that's definitely a summer thing. Which I need to break out some summer patterns and make me a few shirts. Because these things don't breathe during the summer. But that's normally what I wear, is shirts like this. But a lot of people won't wear it though, because natural fibers a lot of times require you to iron them. And like my daughter today, when we got over there, she had a new outfit on, and I just told her, I said, girl, it's a poly blend something, viscose, it's awful. I told her, I said, you've got to quit wearing those clothes. I'm like, her of all people, you know, to have picos. And if you're familiar with what that is, you know, it's not something that young women, you know, it's not a good thing. It's polycystic ovarian syndrome. And she's got that. And I told her, I said, you've got to quit wearing all of these blended fibers. You've got to go 100% cotton, linen, wool for the winter, you know, which we don't have cold enough winters for wool. But hey, I know it is expensive to do that. But us that sew, we should have the world in our hands, because, you know, especially if you do garment sewing, man, you could be making a wonderful income sewing organic clothing. But, you know, you have to know your source of fabric. And I dare say a lot of the cotton that you get is not organic cotton, nor do we pretend that we're all organic. No, sir, we are not. Because things have been put in place where you can label things organic that's not quite organic. And, you know, we don't comb out our own cotton or anything like that. Which that would be awesome if we did. We have too many industrial improvements to do that. Our families did not work as hard as they did for us just to go back to the way they lived. But, you know, how they lived probably was a lot healthier for us. Okay, so we are down to our last row, friends. My goodness, this has been fast. And now I've yacked about all kinds of things. Lots of nonsense, huh? But anyway, that is my plan also for this summer, is to try to not only get healthier with my food, but get healthier with what I put on my body, in my body. You know, what kind of, bath soap, cleaning soap. I don't know how good this is, but I have found a good shea butter soap. And I like goat milk soaps, but sometimes those things are hard to find sometimes. I don't mean mass produced at Walmart. No, I mean like the good kinds you find at farmers markets. Well, friends, how about this? We have got our rows completed. Now, I was looking here, and I do have sashings where I have to sash this together. But we're going to do that another day. Look at this. We've got this is row 2, because I already have one done. Row 3. And row 4. Friends, this is let's see, how long have we been here? This is what 30 minutes of sewing can get you done. 3 rows of our morning flower patch. So friends, I'm going to end it here. I hope you've enjoyed our little sewing session this morning. Give me a thumbs up before you head out. If you have not yet clicked that subscribe button, please do. It means the world to me. It doesn't cost you a thing. Hit that notification bell if you like this content, you don't want to miss a thing, click that notification bell. Feel free to leave a comment and tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, friends.